Hello, guys. Welcome to Back to Basic, a platform for meaningful discussions on life's most pressing issues. This is our first ever conversation on this show, and today we want to address the elephant in the room. In this episode, we are diving deep into a topic that demands everyone's attention, and that is mental health. And specifically, we're looking at men and suicide. It's a conversation that people don't want to talk about and that often gets swept under the rug. But today, we are bringing it to the front. For me, my key word today is resilience. Resilience means being able to withstand a situation, toughness, bold, strong. I feel we have men who have forgotten who they are as men, as African men, as husbands and as fathers. And they are the head of the family and the head of the community, and the buck stops with them. We can't, my gents, resort to suicide when we face challenges, but rather we need to find ways to overcome these challenges and obstacles. I know that lately there's been a trend doing the rounds, and we've lost a number of men in the past few months, especially here in the diaspora. It's like we can't spend a month without hearing of a case of suicide. And the most interesting thing is 90% of these cases are all men. Why is that? This is what we want to quickly just get into without wasting much of your time. Joining me today online is a Zimbabwean, a remarkable guest, I would like to say, Ngoni Mashaya Mombo, who is also known as El Deeper. And together we want to try and explore this topic, explore these challenges around this situation, and seek solutions to promote well-being and resilience. El Deeper is an artist from Zimbabwe. He's a businessman, but most importantly, he's a dad. That's why I've invited him. Now, Ngoni, thank you for joining us today. And let me quickly jump into it, bro. We don't want to waste time. As a father, how do you feel when you hear just a father who has intentionally ended his life? How do you feel as a dad leaving your daughter to figure out life for yourself? You know, just leaving your daughter or your son in a mess. Remember, even if you have life insurance, it doesn't pay out when it's suicide, which means you have left your children in a big hole. How do you feel as a dad, bro?
Compliments of the day, Mr. Banks, and I'm so glad to be here to be part of this conversation. And it really pains me, it really breaks my heart to hear that another child in the streets is fatherless. They no longer have guidance, and they are orphans. It really pains me, it breaks my heart, man.
Yeah, I'm also quite devastated, bro. I'm angry. I'm also sad just for the fact that there's children who are left behind. Besides just the welfare, the psychological side effects that they will be exposed to. But quickly jumping into it, what's your take, bro? What's your opinion? Why do you think men are committing suicide? Why are they thinking like this is the best way to go about this?
Yeah, the pressure is too much on men, and usually they do not have a place where they can post or where they can let out the things that are really frustrating them, because they think that they are weak if they say the things that are really taking place in their lives. And usually, most of them, they do not have a tight circle, real people with real mentors that can help them to go through the process whereby things are not going their way. Because sometimes the good things and the bad things, they have to come so that you grow. But when the bad things come, some people, they don't choose to grow, they choose to slide, they choose to go away. So I feel like there's a lot of things that really need to be done for men to survive, because I feel like they need mentorship, they need to vent in God, they need to have a purpose to live for. Besides a purpose, but to live for your kids, man, it's not easy to leave kids fatherless. You know, that's not a good thing.
Thanks for that, bro. So, in other words, are you saying that they are sacrificing themselves because there's too much pressure? In other words, I fully understand that the feelings of these people who do these acts are valid. In other cases, they deserve empathy, right? But I would ask this question to you: is there any justification for suicide? Because, in other words, you are saying that there's a lot of pressure on men. So, are they justified in doing this act?
There is no reason for a man or for anyone to take their lives. I don't see any valid reasons, because the Bible says that all things works together for those who are in Christ Jesus, meaning that the good things and the bad things, they all work together to mold you. Like the bad times, they build character so that you
Mm.
can be strong, that you'll be wiser, you know. But when these people choose to take their life away, maybe because they are not that their foundation maybe might not be that strong, their foundation with God, because we go back to the basics. You that's God, you have a purpose, vent in God, know what you want to do in life, whatever you want to do, like nobody can break it unless you or God. So if you have a vision, men without vision they perish. So if you have a vision, meaning that you want to see the end of it, you want to see the end of the tunnel. So you
Mm.
will live, try to live for the vision, other than other things. Whatever come as a distraction cannot harm you or cannot break you. So you need to be solid. And being solid on God, solid on prayer, solid on the word, solid in each and every way, that nothing can break you.
It's beautiful, bro, that you are bringing in religion into this conversation. And you have mentioned that we need to go back to the basic, like the name of the program, which is beautiful, bro. Are you saying, in other ways, that we are a broken generation? Because now you mentioned that we need to go back to the basics. Have we forgotten what we have been taught when we were growing up?
Yes, there's a difference when we, like in growing up.
Mm,
There's different in cultures. There's a different of mixes, technology. A lot of things came through, like social media. It's teaching people different things, whether you like it or not. If you don't teach your kids the right way, the media will do it for you, and the media will do it the harsh way. That either they're gonna take their lives or whatever, but the pressure will be too much. You know what I mean? So you have to teach it to your kids the right way. There's a lot of changes that happened when people growing up. At school, the type of people they choose to play with, the type of lifestyle they choose to follow. It's different things altogether, the different level. Unlike back then, these people they used to listen to their fathers, and a sekuru, and an uncle, they had a great place and growing up with people, and a tete, there's a lot of things. But nowadays, there's separation even in families. People, the 90% of the time, when we got my phones, you know what I mean? So
mm.
there's a lot of things going on. So we are not there yet. Where we started, we're not there yet.
I hear, bro. That's so profound what you're saying. Now, for me, social media, it's not real life. It's like an illusion versus reality. If you look at social media, it only shows only the good parts of life and not the tough stuff. It only showcases or highlights. It doesn't highlight the struggles and challenges that are actually part of our real life. Would you think that social media has influenced this trend, since you were touching on that? Because in social media, there's a lot of things that happen. There's cyberbullying, there's online harassment, there's the peer influence, there's comparison and competition. Would you think that maybe social media has influenced this trend of men getting into suicide?
Yeah, social media plays a bigger role because
Mm,
nobody is posting their losses. You know what I mean? A lot of people they're posting their wins, and most of them they are really faking it. They're living in the life that then they're not even close to. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
Somebody, like for example, can go to a car sale and then they take pictures in a car sale, like the cars that are on sale, videos, and then they act like they bought a new car, but nah, there's nothing. They're still walking in the streets with nothing. A lot of people are faking it. So do not let pressure get to you. You know what I mean? Anxiety, everything. Do not let depression get to you. Walk your path. Walk your path. Slow by
Great.
slow. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. If you understand it's a marathon, then you know what's up.
Thank you. And that's beautiful words there. Before we end this program, remember, we just want to try and make it short so that it remains relevant. Second, from my last question, what advice would you give to men? What advice would you give to men who are confronted with an issue or with a situation? How do you think they can overcome this so that they don't see suicide as a last resort? What can they do? Maybe in point form, to just say, one, they can do this, two, they can do this and that, so that we can give them options on what to look at.
Okay. One, you should look for professionals. I There are professionals that can do like counseling, real counseling. You need to talk to someone, let that negativity out,
Mm,
and in fact, that's number two. Number one is God. Yeah, number one
okay.
is God. Forgive me on that. Number one is God. You should vent in God. Pray about your issue. Let God heal you spiritually. You know what I mean? Like heal you spiritually and give you a purpose, a reason to live, strengthen you through the hard times. Because hard times they come. they do not come to weak people only. They come to everyone. You know what I mean? And there are people who've been through that. They've overcame that. So you need to listen to other people as well. We have done that. We have been through that situation that you think that I budike. You know
Mm.
what I mean? There are some courses online that you can go, like grief share, divorce care. If you have a cheating partner, if you are in a position whereby that if you betrayed, there are also those online podcasts, same as yours. They help people and they help people a lot. But number one is vent in God, pray and find your purpose, or you're wasting air. And then number two, then you go for counseling. And number three, you should find a place where you can let things out. If you love fashion, you go for shopping. If you love to eat, you go out, eat alone. If you love football, go watch football matches. If you like cricket, find a hobby, find a place where you call your happy place, that nobody or anyone can come between you and a happy place. You know what I mean? And also find a real circle, that with real people, real mentorship, uh, that you can express your feelings without them judging you. You know, they must not judge you for your feelings, or how you thinking, or how you seeing things. You know what I mean? So I believe that may go a long way.
No, great stuff, man. What you're saying is really beautiful. And I think there's a lot of options that men can actually look at. Like you have mentioned, that they need to reach out for support from family members, from seeking professional help as well, from psychiatrists, from pastors, from counselors, friends, or even a stranger, having a conversation with a stranger. In public transport or maybe at work, you can actually just find someone that you can confide into. Then yeah, adding on to the options that you have also mentioned, taking care of yourself is another thing, right? You mentioned that they can actually also practice self-care, and help them relax and come out of a depression or a situation that they are in. Ngon, I would like to thank you so much, right? I know that there's a lot that we can actually get into. There's a lot that we haven't touched on. I think for us, what we have done is we have just started the conversation, and we want these conversations to go on. So it's not the first time I'm seeing you, and it's not the last time I'm seeing you, which means that I'm going to
Yes.
invite you again on another episode. Then we can discuss further into it. Then we can zone in into each and every category. So I would like to express my deepest gratitude to you, Ngoni, just for taking time. I know it's not easy, just to get this 5 minutes to sit down with me and have this online interview. I would like to thank you really for your time. May God bless you in everything that you do. Do you have any last word that you may want to say? Maybe something that you did not get a chance to say in as far as men and suicide is concerned?
Um, I really want to say also thank you so much, man, and thank you for the great program. It's really helpful. It's going to bring positive impact upon the youth, upon men, because a lot of men, they cannot speak out. You know what I mean?
Mm,
They cannot speak out. I really feel for them. I might not judge them, but I
mm,
really feel for them. They really need help. So with this type of program, men will be helped, and no men down this time. We need men, to be the head of the house, to be the leaders that God created them to be,
mm.
to do major things and to be great. So to all men that are listening out there, you were created for a specific purpose, and your greatness is within you. You can do anything in this world. Nothing is impossible. All things are possible. It only takes you to believe. And when the hard time comes, know that you are near your breakthrough. You are near your goals. So keep on going. Keep it solid. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. Don't let pressure get to you. Keep on moving. I believe in you, man. You can do it. You can do it. That's my last word, my brother.
Great stuff, man. Thank you so much, bro. Tio, I invite you next time to back to basics. Take care, bro.
Take care. Thanks you, man. Thank you so much. Blessed.
Cheers.
Ciao.
So, in ending this episode, guys, there's a lot that we can talk about. I know that there's someone who might be listening right now who might be saying, guys, you're just talking because you're not you're in that situation. People might say, you are okay. I fully understand you. Let me say this. I fully understand that we are living in tough times. Things may not be going well for many people. Jobs are hard to find nowadays. Relationships and marriages are not working, both here in the diaspora and in Zim as well. Everywhere. It's just a trend that's going on, right? But we can do better, gents. We can empower ourselves in such that if we find ourselves in very difficult situations, that will not cause us to end our lives. Rather, we will focus much more on the important things around us. Considering your children before taking any action, considering your loved ones and your family before you commit to doing this act. I may not have all the answers. We may not have all the answers, but suicide is a no-no for me. Remember, we're coming from a country that has been isolated from the rest of the world for a very, very long time, but we're still standing through the challenges. What more these small issues? What more personal problems? We can overcome, gents. Yes, we can. Before we take any steps, let's remember that we have children that we take care of. We have got people who depend on us. Now, guys, if you feel like you would like to take this conversation further and join the discussion, please contact us and we'll be happy to engage with you as well. Let's keep the conversation going. Till next time, God bless you all.